Who discovered America? Columbus, or Vikings. We are commonly known as Christopher Columbus, the first non-native who landed on American soil. But did you know that the Vikings landed in America 500 years before Columbus? Let's see how this happened. Historians believe that hunters from northeastern Asia first discovered America. They traveled to Alaska during the last ice age, either on foot across a land bridge across the Bering Strait from Siberia or by boat, continuing southward along the coastline. In either theory, these people came between 13,000 and 35,000 years ago. Now, these people are known as Native Americans, or Indigenous peoples. After that, we can see the story of a legendary voyage. Irish monastic Saint Brendan of Clonfert, commonly known as Saint Brendan the Abbot, and 16 other monks crossed the Atlantic Ocean using a bowl-shaped boat. The voyage was dated between AD 512 and 530. But it's impossible to find any clear evidence that he ever reached America or Greenland. The Brendan Society honors the idea that Brendan arrived in North America first. As per history, in 1492, Italian navigator Christopher Columbus, sponsored by the Catholic monarchs of Spain, crossed the Atlantic Ocean with his fleet and discovered America. But 500 years before that, Vikings led by the Leif Eriksson, son of Eric the Red, the person who established the first Norse settlement in Greenland, landed in North America using their famous longships and established a settlement. They accidentally discovered Vinland in Canada. Scientists have discovered that Vikings settled in the northern part of Newfoundland. The researchers were able to locate the Vikings in Newfoundland by the trees they had cut down for their shelter and ship repair. The researchers have suggested the exact date by analyzing the wood from the Norse settlement known as Meadows, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This Viking site was first discovered in 1960. Archaeologists have uncovered hundreds of wooden, stone, bronze, and bone items over the years. Previously, archaeologists decided this settlement was built in the 13th century because of oral histories that weren't recorded until the 13th century. Using radiocarbon dating, the researcher found that Vikings cut down 3 trees in that area in 1021 AD. Because the indigenous people lacked access to metal equipment, the researchers made sure each piece had distinct marks indicating it was carved with metal instruments. And this settlement had used to discover more southern areas. The Vikings tried to build a permanent settlement in North America, but conflicts with indigenous people, whom the Norse called wearers of animal skins, encouraged them to abandon the settlement. After 13 years, Vikings left their village in Newfoundland and returned to Greenland. The entire area is referred to as Vinland in the sagas, which means wineland, ostensibly because the climate was mild enough for wine grapes to flourish there. UNESCO has designated it as a World Heritage Site. This is the first clear evidence of Europeans' travel to North America before Christopher Columbus.